In the shadowy realm of ancient artifacts and supernatural mysteries, a team of intrepid explorers had embarked on a perilous quest. The quest for the elusive amulet that legend whispered could unleash madness upon the world. Guided by the enigmatic knowledge of a seasoned doctor, the team delved into the heart of the unknown, driven by both curiosity and trepidation. For weeks, the team navigated through labyrinthine catacombs and treacherous landscapes, each step drawing them closer to the malevolent artifact that lay concealed in the recesses of history. The doctor, harboring a secret fascination with the dark forces that bound the amulet, led the expedition with an unwavering determination. As they reached the heart of the labyrinth, the amulet revealed itself, a shimmering relic with an otherworldly allure. The doctor, captivated by the ancient power emanating from the artifact, succumbed to a temptation that would seal the fate of the entire team. The moment the doctor laid hands on the amulet, an ominous energy surged through the air. The amulet, a conduit for malevolence, whispered dark secrets into the doctor's mind, unraveling the fragile threads of sanity. Unbeknownst to the team, the artifact had chosen its new vessel, and madness took root in the once rational mind of the doctor. As the team celebrated their discovery, unaware of the impending peril, the doctor's descent into madness accelerated. The amulet's influence twisted his thoughts and poisoned his intentions. In the silent corridors of their shared mission, the doctor plotted a malevolent course that would shatter the camaraderie of the team. One by one, the doctor enacted a sinister plan to rid himself of the perceived threats within the team. Colleagues, once bound by a common purpose, fell victim to the madness unleashed by the cursed artifact. Paranoia and distrust festered, transforming the once cohesive team into a fractured group of individuals ensnared by the malevolent whims of the amulet. The doctor, now a puppet of the ancient forces, orchestrated a series of macabre events that left the expedition in disarray. Shadows clung to the corners of their shared reality as the amulet's insidious influence spread like a contagion, warping the perceptions of all who came into contact with it. The surviving members of the team, their minds teetering on the brink of insanity, realized too late the true nature of the artifact they had sought. The doctor, a vessel for the malevolent forces, stood amidst the chaos, his gaze vacant and his actions driven by a darkness beyond comprehension. As the amulet's malevolence continued to weave its insidious web, the expedition became a nightmarish descent into madness. The artifact, now a cursed talisman, reveled in the chaos it had wrought, a testament to the perils of unlocking the secrets that lay buried in the realms of the supernatural. The remnants of the team, now fractured and haunted by the specter of madness, found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish struggle for survival. The doctor, once a trusted guide, had become an agent of malevolence, driven by the sinister whispers of the amulet that clung to his every thought. In the dimly lit corridors of the labyrinthine catacombs, the surviving team members faced a relentless onslaught of paranoia and hallucinations. Shadows danced at the periphery of their vision, and the air itself seemed charged with an otherworldly malevolence. The doctor, his sanity eroded by the insidious influence of the amulet, became a puppet master, orchestrating their descent into the abyss. As the team traversed the labyrinth, the boundary between reality and delusion blurred. The amulet, now a catalyst for a grotesque theater of the mind, pushed each member to the brink of their sanity. Whispers echoed through the corridors, taunting the team with their innermost fears and insecurities. One by one, the surviving members succumbed to the psychological torment. Each encounter with the doctor, now a harbinger of the amulet's malevolence, escalated the descent into madness. The catacombs, once a passageway to discovery, became a nightmarish maze where reality warped and twisted in response to the amulet's dark influence. In a desperate bid for survival, the remaining team members sought to unravel the mystery behind the amulet's curse. Clues, hidden in cryptic symbols and ancient writings, hinted at a ritual that could sever the malevolent connection between the doctor and the cursed artifact. Yet, with every step closer to understanding, the amulet's influence fought back with greater ferocity. The doctor, now a mere shell of his former self, vacillated between moments of lucidity and bouts of unbridled madness. The amulet's power, a relentless force that defied reason, bound him to a malevolent destiny that had transcended the bounds of mortal comprehension. As the team neared the heart of the catacombs, a chamber adorned with ancient symbols and mystical sigils, they faced a choice that would determine their fate. The ritual, a delicate dance between ancient knowledge and the desperation of the moment, held the key to breaking the Doctor's connection to the malevolent artifact. In a climactic confrontation, the surviving members battled the Doctor, their once ally, now an embodiment of the amulet's malevolence. The ritual unfolded amidst the echoes of madness, the air heavy with the tension of a cosmic struggle between the forces of reason and the supernatural. With the completion of the ritual, the Doctor convulsed, his form writhing, as the amulet's influence was forcibly severed. As the malevolent energy dissipated, the surviving team members witnessed the Doctor's descent into unconsciousness, free from the insidious whispers that had driven him to madness. The catacombs, now devoid of the amulet's malevolence, exhaled a palpable sigh of relief. The surviving team members, battered and scarred by the ordeal, emerged into the light of day, a world forever changed by the supernatural forces they had dared to confront. In the heart of an ancient village nestled among the hills, where time seemed to dance with the echoes of traditions, a group of tourists arrived, oblivious to the mystical balance that guarded the village from the malevolent spirits that lurked in the shadows. Their arrival marked the beginning of a chilling tale that would unfold amidst the collision of disrespect and ancient rituals. The village, steeped in the lore of protective rituals passed down through generations, thrived in harmony with the supernatural forces that guarded its boundaries. Each ritual, carefully performed by the village elders, wove a shield of protection against the encroaching darkness that sought to infiltrate their sacred haven. Among the tourists, Jack, driven by a misguided sense of curiosity, succumbed to the allure of the unknown. Ignoring the warnings and boundaries set by the villagers, he clandestinely entered the hut of a revered elder, where a large jewel pulsated with the energy of centuries-old incantations. Unbeknownst to Jack, this jewel was the linchpin of the village's spiritual shield, a guardian against the malevolent forces that lingered beyond the veil. As Jack pocketed the stolen jewel, the village elders sensed a disturbance in the ethereal fabric that safeguarded their home. An ominous aura enveloped the village as the mystic lights, once vibrant symbols of protection, began to flicker with a foreboding energy. The stolen jewel's absence had triggered an ancient curse that now threatened to unleash the very spirits the rituals had kept at bay. Panicked, the tourists hurriedly made their way back to their bus, oblivious to the impending peril they had unleashed. As the wheels of the bus turned, and the tourists looked back at the village now shrouded in an eerie luminescence, a cold chill gripped their hearts. The mystic lights, now tainted with the unleashed malevolence, snaked toward the departing bus, a spectral manifestation of the unleashed spirits. With each passing moment, the malevolent spirits gained strength, feeding off the disruption caused by the stolen jewel. The atmosphere around the bus crackled with an otherworldly energy as the ancient curse took form, casting shadows that whispered of vengeance and retribution. The bus, now a vessel hurtling through the haunted veil between worlds, became the target of the vengeful spirits. The passengers, gripped by a primal fear, witnessed the manifestation of the malevolent forces as they swirled around the vehicle, their ethereal forms coalescing into nightmarish silhouettes. As the bus sped away from the accursed village, the tourists found themselves trapped in a ghastly dance with the supernatural. The stolen jewel, now a conduit for ancient wrath, pulsed with an ominous glow, its stolen energy fueling the malevolence that pursued them. The bus hurtled down winding roads, chased by shadows that seemed to defy the laws of the physical world. The tourists, gripped by a terror that transcended their understanding, exchanged frantic glances as the malevolent spirits closed in. The mystic lights, now twisted and corrupted, surrounded the bus with an ethereal glow. Whispers of forgotten languages, carried on the spectral wind, echoed through the air, sending shivers down the spines of the hapless passengers. The stolen jewel, clutched by Jack, seemed to pulse with a sinister life of its own. In the village they had disrespected, the elders, now aware of the unleashed darkness, gathered in somber unity. Their faces etched with concern, they chanted incantations to stem the tide of malevolence. The ancient rituals, though disrupted, retained a flicker of potency against the wrath of the spirits. Back on the bus, Chaos reigned as the passengers grappled with the supernatural onslaught. Wisps of shadow slipped through the windows, filling the interior with a suffocating dread. Jack, burdened by the weight of his ill-fated theft, felt the stolen jewel burn in his pocket, its malevolent energy seeping into his very soul. The bus, now an unwitting conduit for the malevolent forces, careened through a surreal landscape where reality and nightmare intertwined. The road, once familiar, twisted into grotesque shapes as the spirits manipulated the very fabric of space around them. As the malevolent entities closed in, the passengers glimpsed the tortured faces of the spirits, anguished souls seeking retribution for the desecration of their sacred haven. The stolen jewel, a beacon of stolen power, drew the spirits like moths to a flame, feeding their wrath with every passing moment. In a desperate bid for survival, the tourists pleaded with Jack to return the stolen jewel. The malevolent spirits, sensing the discord among the intruders, intensified their spectral assault. The air inside the bus crackled with energy, and the very fabric of reality seemed on the verge of unraveling. With a heavy heart, Jack relinquished the stolen jewel. As the ancient artifact slipped from his grasp, a surge of dark energy erupted, engulfing the bus in a tempest of shadows. The spirits, momentarily appeased by the return of their stolen essence, retreated into the mystical night. The bus, now free from the supernatural clutches, sped away from the cursed village. The mystic lights that had once guarded the ancient haven dimmed, their luminescence fading as the village elders worked tirelessly to restore the disrupted rituals. In the aftermath of their harrowing encounter with the supernatural, the tourists were left with a haunting reminder of the consequences of disrespecting the unknown. The stolen jewel, now returned to its rightful place, pulsed with a subdued glow, a testament to the enduring power of ancient rites. As the bus disappeared into the distance, the village returned to an uneasy calm. The malevolent spirits, once unleashed, were quelled by the resilience of ancient rituals, yet the echoes of that fateful night lingered. A cautionary tale whispered through generations about the price of disturbing the delicate equilibrium between the mortal and the supernatural.